Hey, what's the deal, YouTube? It's your girl, Miss Honey. Welcome back to the channel, you guys, and that is without coffee. Oh, happy Monday morning. I hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. You guys already know what this is. We are here for P-Valley Season 1, Episode 3. Higher ground, children. Higher ground. Okay. Sorry about the reflection in my spectators, but your girl got to be able to read. Okay. So let's just get into this episode. The show opens with Autumn Night down at a beauty supply store, and she trying on all different types of wigs and things. And she with Gidget, which is a Caucasian girl from down at the club. She gets a blonde wig and puts it on, and it's like Superman's glasses. All of a sudden, this blonde wig, you know what I'm saying, just changes everything for everyone in terms of Autumn goes into the club with the blonde wig on, and she making racks, baby. Racks, right? Throwing them down. It's pissing Mercedes off. At the same time, Clifford want to know if she got that tea he asked her for last week. You know, he holding her ID. You get this tea, you don't get your ID back. You know, first of all, Andre been texting her and sending her like little stupid face emojis. This is the thing with the Andre character. Like I said, he came across first episode like Save-A-Ho. And to me, Autumn was trying to look like the damsel. We now know now that Autumn isn't the damsel per se. She is an individual who quite obviously has been through some stuff, but she's also been a part of some stuff too. Like, she ain't no dodo. Like, she not off the street. She not green like we used to call him, a greenhorn. She not green. You get what I'm saying? She got plenty ripeness to her, right? Same time, Andre in one breath comes across kind of poetic, kind of nerdy and intelligent. At the same time, he is a part of some debauchery. He is a part of a situation too, right? So he been texting her and sending her these silly emojis, and she's like, he a cornball. He all the way a cornball. But girl, like I said, he a cornball. And he come across as kind of green, but you know, from what we seen last week, you know what I'm saying? It ain't the equipment, it's the user, right? Okay, so text Andre and then tell him to meet her down to the Waffle House. So they down to the Waffle House, and she eating and scarfing up food like it is her last meal. Like, and they get to chit-chatting and talking, and she bringing up the casino because she trying to facilitate getting this tea, right? He is giving her the hush-hush, keep it quiet, right? Like, don't no talking about that. At the same time, a little old man turned around on his stool, and he want to know where they from, right? And they don't want to get into the specifics, and they just passing through, right? Like, Autumn comes up with the excuse, and it kind of impresses Andre. Now, she see the ring on his finger. I don't know if he wasn't wearing it the first day or what, but he wearing it now. And she asked him, he's going to Atlanta in a few days, and she want to know what his name is. What her name is Brittany. So his wife's name is Brittany, right? So the back to the old man. The old man trying to figure out what's going on with him. He just want to talk. He lonely, and he tells him about what is there to see here. There's nothing to see here unless you go into the mounds. And Andre, so I remember about the mounds. My grandmother used to tell me about the mounds. So Andre letting you know he might be headed up to Atlanta. His wife might be in Atlanta. But he from Mississippi, right? He from Mississippi. And so they get to talking about the mounds, and he tells her the story about the Chickasaw Indians, right? Okay, Chickasaw Indians. Chickasaw Indians travel all over looking for land, right? And when their people died during these travels, they carried the bodies of their dead loved ones on their back because they didn't know where they was gonna land, and they didn't want to be people to be buried all over the place. This is just the mindset. Every night when they would set camp, they would plant a stick. I don't know how you plant a stick except you just put it in the ground, I guess. They would plant a stick, and whichever way it was laying, when they got up that next morning, that's the way they would head. You know, bodies in tow and everything. And one day they planted this stick here in Chucalissa, and it was standing straight up, and this is where they stayed. Right now, I hear a bunch of stuff in this story. I hear that we might be looking at some Indian burial ground type situation here in a minute. And two, I can see by the look on Autumn's face that she is a rolling stone, that she has been traveling, and that there are a lot of dead bodies that she has left in her wake, either by her own hand, by the hand of the storm. I do not know, but the look in her eyes says that she can relate to the Chickasaw Indians, right? No problem, no fine. It seemed like a good story. It's eerie, and then crack, lightning pops, and in walks Mercedes and Mississippi and Gidget. Now, this is one of the few times in this episode we don't see Mississippi with her baby. Now, every time she down at the club, she got her baby. But here you are at the Waffle House, and you ain't got your baby. But that's fine. Whatever. And they sit on the booth and down in the booth. Mercedes then already had them put all of what they gonna get for breakfast on Andre's tab. Andre go ahead and quickly dismisses himself, but not before Autumn tells him that she down for going to see the mountains the next day. Like, we can meet up and we can do that, right? Because she ain't got much out of him right here. All she got was this story and a few bad memories and a couple of bites of waffle. And now Mercedes is here, and Mercedes blocked her in on the booth, right? And you know, Autumn's it's showing the girl, see, I got a regular, like, I got pull over this my dude, right? Because Mercedes already tried to undercut her with Andre last week. You know, a white liquor, dog liquor, she knows it just grinds Mercedes gears that she coming up so quickly, right? Andre, we find out, is the mayor of Chucalissa, Isaiah Washington, is his daddy. Now, I don't know if his daddy or his goddaddy, but he calling him daddy. You know what I'm saying? It's that weird southern thing where people call folks they daddy and they don't be they daddy. You know what I mean? Now, let me just talk about Isaiah Washington's character. This character, it reminds me, Isaiah's character brings up emotions for me of color purple. Eve's Bayou type energy. You know what I'm saying? You just can see all of the wretchedness, the evilness in a man. You know, he's coming across real slimy. They have this conversation. Basically, it's nighttime and people are working. Now they building a bar for him because he knows that the casino is coming, and he knows that that everybody stands to make money. The city council, the Riley boys, all of them. He owed them a favor, so he gonna cut them in and help them sell the land to the casino. Andre let him know that they don't want to sell the land. Corbin don't want to sell the land, and he want to lease the land. It ain't about the lease. We need the money, right? And at the same time, they can't let the church find out about the casino. That's why it's hush hush, because the church will bury it. Now, I don't know how the church gonna bury it. I guess they're gonna rally the community, because the church don't have enough collateral. They don't have enough revenue coming in. I mean, anytime you got one stripper at the local strip club keeping everything afloat, like, what is the church gonna do? Unless he mean a Catholic church, you know, that might be different, right? Like, there's a moment where the mayor, Isaiah's character, sort of chastises Andre, because Andre is pointing out all the logics, you know, of it all, the optics. Whatever this is, I don't know if it's the bar or the casino he wants named after him. He said he the first black mayor of Chucalissa. And it seems appropriate. Well, what about the optics? You judging me, boy? Lower your voice. The character that Isaiah Washington plays gives me the creeps. Gives me the creeps. Like, honestly, I wouldn't leave my girl children around him. I wouldn't leave my boy children around him. He looks like he's used to buying and selling people, stuff, places, and things, right? So, yeah, surprise, Andre is kin to the mayor, right? Some type of way. The next day when Andre and Autumn go to the mounds, you know, she got on one of them old rainbow dresses. You know what I'm saying? Where you can get the shoes, the dresses, the dress. You get the whole outfit, a pair of earrings. Now, and them earrings and that necklace you ain't going to be able to wear but one time. You may get 2 wears out of that dress, and them shoes probably ain't going to last you to the end of the summer. But whatever, at this moment, at this time, you look cute and you coordinated. They laugh and they talk, and he talk about his dreams for what the casino is supposed to bring, opportunity and jobs and just hope. Most people in Chucalissa don't have passports, but with the casino they can go to Paris, France, wherever, because it's all going to be incorporated in this casino. Now, Andre also lets us know that the only piece of property that is a waterfront piece of property is the Pink. So that's the reason why they are keeping the Pink. They trying to get rid of the Pink. Is another reason why they putting the squeeze on the Pink is because if Clifford owned that land, he is supposed to get large lump sums. Now, he is not going to necessarily get, they don't even want to pay him off. No, because they know once that he realized what's going on, he not going to want to sell the Pink, because the Pink going to be right across the street from the casino. Anyway, they play this game where they chit chat and talk a little bit and show that they're smart in a couple of big words, and both of them realize that they're smart and they're aware of things, and it leads to hot sexual tension, of course. And they go back to his hotel and they rolling around, and he pulls it down and she pulls it out, and she wants to know if he's got a condom, right? And he don't have no condom. Now, she know what she doing, you know. He got to go get a condom. He can't get the condom from downstairs. He got to go down the street to the Walgreens and get the condom. Now, at the same time, she tell him she want to keep the engine warm. Okay? And she sticks her hands down in her pantaloons. And she want him to open the laptop up. And he gets to the laptop. And before he could even really think about, like, laptop pictures, okay, he got all the blood is down here. It's down here. You know what I'm saying? It's swollen and throbbing. It's down here. Meanwhile, she got her hands down her panties, and she was like, ah. So he don't even have time to think about it. He just puts that code in and gets the heck on. I got to go get these condoms before I split these pants in half. You know what I'm saying? I bust the seams on these pants and everything. And so she gets on the computer and she is emailing all of the pictures and stuff of what the blueprints and stuff that he has sent and that he has taken. And in the background, she got a porno up, right? And just in case he come in, she can downsize whatever she watching, and here's the porno, right? At the same time, she opened a folder and she realized her picture is in there, and that he has been taking quite a few pictures of her. And so she leave the porno up, she leave the file folders up, and she but the main picture is this picture of her standing outside in that little hoodie, that too small hoodie, and smoking cigarettes, and she gone. And he realizes that she's seen it. Now, I don't know how much he realized that she's seen. He may just think that she saw a picture of her and she think he creepy, and she ran off, because when he texted her and calling her and he was saying it's not what you think and let me explain, obviously he thinks it was just the picture. Like, again, you supposed to be smart, but you ain't smart, right? Like, you supposed to be intelligent, but you ain't got no common sense. Now, meanwhile, Autumn makes a beeline to go down to the Paint. Okay, and she got that same yellow dress on. She don't want to talk. She is headed in, and she also has got a lot of pressure on herself because she's got to be down to the Western Union place. They don't call it the Western Union, but you know what I'm saying. It's a money transfer place, and she got to be there by 9 o'clock, and she got to bring her government ID. Mercedes is dancing for a high-end clientele. This guy who's a married coach of a football team, I'm assuming the Mississippi, whatever their team is called, you know, maybe he the coach for that. He want to take care of her, but you know what I'm saying, a lot of dudes say they want to take care of you, but what she want is her own. She don't want to be beholden to no man, and he married. He ain't talking about marrying her. He just talking about keeping her and putting her up, which you know is a temporary life. Mercedes is just there to collect that money and go on about her business. Now, her mama down at the church practicing her groan and her moan, okay? It is her hope that she will get to preach, but those hopes are dashed when all of the board members are sitting around. I guess they're supposed to be church leadership, and the pastor tell them that he going out of town. He going up to Atlanta or going somewhere, and they need somebody to preach for that next Sunday. And she think that he gonna pick her to preach because her daughter has put money into the plate, right? But he picked the dude next to him to preach, and she quickly scoffs it. She feels like, oh, how you gonna get him to preach? And yeah, no, I feel like I should be the one to preach. Like, and the pastor shuts it down. She's a woman. She's never gonna lead the people. It's gonna need to be a male head to lead the people, right? Now, we don't get to see her ask for this money back, but when Mercedes comes down to the church, she down there behind the pulpit groaning and moaning and like practicing her groan and her moan, and I said like Deborah Cox said. I was like, girl, what is you talking about? What is you talking about? That's why I say practicing your groan and your moan. Like, you don't have to have any anointing. You just have to have all the theatrics and the drama and the verbiage that comes along with it. And this is what fires the people up. You see, the Bible tells us, you have to know this word for yourself. You hide it deep in your heart, and nobody else can come along and lead you astray because you know the word yourself. But I digress. Mercedes interrupts her doing her sermon, and she lets her know, I need to get them 20 stacks back, right? And she was like, what you gonna do with the money? What you gonna do with the money, Mercedes? What you gonna do with the money? Instead of Mercedes telling her, you know, none of your business, I just need to get my loot, right? This her mama. She proud of herself for what she's done and what she's accomplished, and it's a part of her as a daughter. They want her mama to be proud of her too. So she tells her, I got the space. I got the space for the dance studio. And I'm finally going to make this happen for myself. And her mama tells her, come get the money. I'll cut a check and have it for you tomorrow morning. And when she turns and walks off, she don't say congratulations on the studio. I know you're going to do well. It's going to be great. I'm glad you're getting out of that lifestyle. I'm glad you was able to come out on top. Nah, she don't say all that. I'll cut you the check tomorrow. You can come pick it up. And she turns to walk off, and Mercedes run behind her and grab her from behind and hug her. Nothing says desperate for love like a reverse hug. You know what I'm saying? Just grabbing somebody from behind and just taking your hug. You ain't being given it, you taking it. You just want something, to feel something. Show me something, mama, that lets me know that you on my side. And her mama just look over the shoulder like, first of all, you ain't got that goddamn money, because that pastor is about to take it up the road, never to be seen again. This is what I know for sure. You ain't got that girl's money. Now, how you gonna get it, I don't know. I would be very shocked and surprised now that she knows she can't preach, and this pastor ain't down for whatever, if she maybe she got a way of taking the money and giving it back to Mercedes. That's the only way she gonna get it. But otherwise, this money, Mercedes' money, is gone. I just believe that, right? At the same time, Mercedes girls is wilding out. Like, they out there on social media twerking and having twerk contests and planning a party at one of the dancer girls' house, Terica. And she, run a tight ship on her dance troupe. They out there on the track and field track, and she got them like in this squat. And she letting them know this is unacceptable. Y'all out here twerking. Y'all out here shaking y'all little behinds and yada, yada, yada. And one of the girls is like, the patriarchal society and our right as a blah. Shut up. You ain't got enough sense in you. I got more sense in my pinky. That's what my mama used to say. Than you got in your whole body, right? At the same time, she letting them know, this not the way it is. You don't be out here shaking and grinding and none. And Terica, who up front, a beautiful dark skinned girl, she up front, she say, it worked for you. And Mercedes run to the head of that line, baby. First of all, what you shaking your boo-boo for is free. Okay? I gets my money. And she make them do 50 toe touches, right? And then Terica gives her a little bit more attitude. She make them do 70. Later on, after everything has went down at the Pink and they at the club and everything, they left the club. Well, they at the club. It's the end of the night, and Mercedes see the girls gathered around the phone at this party, and then she go look and see. And it's Terica. And they at Terica house, all her dancer girls and a bunch of boys and whipped cream and booties out and nastiness is going on. And she gets in her golden yellow T-top Camaro, baby, and drive over there and pull up and go inside, and she breaks it all up. Everybody out, except this one little head is walking out. She was like, where you going? You live in this house. It's Terica. And they back and forth, and you ain't gonna do it, and you hot in their ass and hot tail and and it comes out that Terica is Mercedes' daughter. Shell, the woman that takes care of Terica, is not her mama. Okay, I don't know who she is, but she comes home after Terica done dropped this bombshell about you left me here or you ain't raising me, and she runs on upstairs and Mercedes is like, in comes Shell. Shell been off to see her sick sister in the next town over, and Mercedes is giving her what's for. Why weren't you here? And yada yada yada. And she throwing this party and bada. And she'll say, listen, I promised her daddy that I would take care of her. I would see about her, and I'm going to do just that. She was like, but your influence on her is an issue. And I don't know if she should be a part of the dance troupe. And Mercedes is like, that's the only time I get to see her. I was like, Mercedes, what the hell is going on? You got a daughter up the road. You got a daughter that practice on your dance troupe. Like, why you ain't saving the money to get your daughter back? Why you saving the money to do a dance studio? The dance studio is supposed to help you get your daughter back? Like, it's too many layers. Each character's got so many layers that after a while, I don't see how it can't become convoluted. But anyway, we also learn in this moment when Shell says she doesn't think that Terica should hang around and she's too focused on her body. She don't need to hang around the dance troupe and all that stuff anymore. And Mercedes says, well, I guess you got custody, right? I was like, golly, Mercedes. I mean, for as much as she acts superior, this is the house that Mercedes built. Like, all of this stuff that's going on, all of the stuff that she's getting out from under, it's really very similar to Autumn. That's why I feel like her and Autumn gonna end up being friends to a certain extent. Let's just talk about Clifford, and then we're gonna wrap this up. Now, when we first see Clifford is all dressed up in a red lace petticoat, baby. And he got a red lace umbrella. Now this is visual representation, because we're seeing Corbin drive this huge cotton hauler, which basically rolls through the cotton field and picks the cotton for them. So no more cotton pickers. You use these massive machines to pick. And so there is this sheet of white cotton and this giant green machine tumbling through this sheet of white cotton. And at the end of this green and white sheet, we see what looks like a woman of the 1940s. I mean, he had his hair pent up and swooped in the front, baby. And it's Uncle Clifford in some denim shorts and some black boots. Looked like he walked there. I was like, child, if you did stomp up this clay road, up this red dirt road with these black boots on. But again, it's visually beautiful. You know, here is this red spot and red umbrella. And Clifford is this glitter lipstick, which I promise you makes his lips look much, much larger. You know, it's a lot of glitter. It's a lot of glitter. But Clifford is strangely androgynous, and he kind of reminds me of, Lord rest his soul, I loved his character on True Blood. I forget his name, Leroy, I forget his name. I might be confusing him with the guy from Fame. But anyway, the True Blood character, his character was very androgynous like that. You know, he just had a lot of openly feminine ways and textures and patterns and styles, but still had like a masculine tone to him. It was apparent that it's apparent that it's a man. It's just a beautiful man. You know what I mean? So, him and Clifford get to talking about the secrets and why Corbin keeping these secrets from him and what's going on. And Corbin tell him about this casino that's coming through and tell him that, you know, it's potentially to have tens of millions of dollars. And, you know, this whole demeanor that Clifford has, that's money is good money. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucking casino. Like, I was just like, I don't know. It's a fun conversation. We also know that Clifford, they went to elementary school together, that Clifford has kept quite a few secrets. And I'm gathering one of those secrets is that him and Corbin must have had some type of something. I don't know if it was a quick reach around, if it was a make-out session, if they kissed, or if we got to see Uncle Clifford's sweet potato. Yeah, we gonna talk about that. So, you know, he's expecting Corbin to keep him in the loop too. Later on, we get to see DJ Never Scared, and DJ Never Scared is a high school kid, and he go to private school. Okay, we see Lil Murder come roll through and pick him up, and they up under the bridge and Lil Murder. Now, first of all, Lil Murder in a hoopty. He in a look like a burgundy Saturn, the original Saturn, right? But it's got a gray door. He go to pick Lil Murder up. He want DJ Never up. He want DJ Never to see his to listen to his CD and tell him a little bit more about, listen to his music and tell him a little bit more about he can pop. Now, this is my thing with the guy who plays Lil Murder. It's something about his eyes. It makes him sexy. It makes him scary. It makes him impassioned. It makes him seem dangerous. It's something about his eyes, the way he look at you. Even looking at DJ Never Scared. So anyway, C Murder says that he doesn't really understand half the words that little dude is saying. So at the same time that DJ Never Scared is, you know, giving us all of this lingo pertaining to the business, he lets us know that he's going to speak in terms that Little Murder can understand, which is culinary terms. Okay, and he in them culinary terms, he gets what DJ Never is saying. I said, oh, okay, so he cooks. He I don't know if he went to school to be a chef, if his mama was a chef. I don't know. We don't know a lot about Lil Murder. And honestly, I would not be surprised if we telling this whole story just to tell the love story of C Murder or Lil Murder and Clifford. That they kind of really seem like the true love story out of all of this, even though, like I said, it's something in Murder's eyes. It's something in his eyes that is tantalizing and terrifying all at the same time. This guy who plays this character has the ability to look at you and through you all at the same time. Now, I just want y'all to put a pin in that. Later on, Lil Murder come by the club to drop off DJ Never Scared, and Clifford is there, you know what I'm saying? He Diana Ross now. And he got these long braids braided off to the side. I guess they call them lemonade braids. And he walk up and he want to have a talk where it's some dudes standing off of Murder's car. And he wouldn't mind having that talk and everything and chit-chatting it up. You know what I'm saying? Clifford feel beautiful. You know what I'm saying? He feels sexy. Hey, what you doing here? You know what I'm saying? And he was like, he's like, you coming in? And Murder was like, not tonight. And he looked back. He looked back because Clifford understands and Clifford knows. Now here, not now. We don't do this in front of people, right? And Clifford was like, okay, go on, handle your business. And he pulls on off. But the way he looked at Clifford, or when Clifford goes back inside and gets a chance to talk with Autumn, and find out all the tea about what is going on with this casino. He also see the blueprints, the plans, and he don't see the pink listed anywhere on there, right? And this is a bit of concern for him. He takes the information that Corbin is giving him. He takes the information that Autumn has given him, and he comes up with the idea that he need to talk with Andre himself, right? Now, Autumn want this ID. She want this ID ASAP. She got to get this ID. She got to get down to this place to get this money. It gets this idea that he needs to get Andre down there to the club so he can have a conversation with him. And Autumn is a little put off. I don't know if she put off by the fact that he got her picture, and she really don't want her picture out there nowhere. She don't know where Andre's coming from. Is this just by the casino where you following me for something separate? Like, whoever it is that Autumn has been hooked up with, messed up with in her past, is obviously a deadly individual, because she is a little off center. She's off center altogether, right? He's calling her. She's been ignoring it. Clifford grabs the phone. And I don't know if her panic was the fact that she didn't want to engage with Andre, and therefore she didn't want him texting Andre, Clifford texting Andre, or if she was acting like that about the phone because it had pictures of that little girl in it, right? Like the way she was swinging and banging for that phone, I was like, girl, take it down 2 notches. So he texts old boy and had old boy come down there. And he's supposed to be meeting Andre in the Jaguar room, the AKA, I forget the name of the room is, but it's the pleasure room, where all the freaky stuff go down. At the time that Autumn gives him this tea, it's the top of the night. So they still got the rest of the night to go through. We get a chance to see this really awesome strip stunt that Gidget and Mississippi and Mercedes did. I think I like the pole work more than anything. Just like the booty bouncing and booty clapping. I think it's the pole work that I really find quite beautiful. We do get to see a moment where Mississippi gets a little pole burn on her wrist, and Diamond helps her out with the way to draw the soreness out, which is dark liquor and black pepper. And we find out during this exchange that Diamond was in the Iraq war, so he is ex-military as well. At the same time, it's something about Diamond, like I said, the way he dotes on Mississippi, you know, it's different. It's different. And maybe it's unfamiliar to me as a single woman. I don't know. Or if, this my spidey sense, right? Like, he weirds me out a little bit. I don't know. But like I said, Mississippi got her baby down there, and she trying to do a post, and Autumn, who had already started drinking because she done had a long day, and she gives Autumn her baby to hold, which I think is a little girl. She give Autumn the baby to hold, and it just puts Autumn in this weird place because she clearly is a mama. I don't know if her child is still with us on this side of heaven, but it pushes her into this place where she drinks more and more and more and more until she gets this idea after she sees this beautiful stunt that she gonna go up to the stage and she gonna work the pole too. But that liquor had you thinking that you that liquor thinking that you are able to do a perfect cartwheel, and I am here to tell you that you are not. Like, when you look up from that cartwheel that was supposed to be a roundhouse dog, baby, and you are flat on your flat. That liquor will talk you into some stuff. You know what I'm saying? When you was young, you take a run down that hill and start flipping cartwheel, roundhouse dog, stick it, right? When you're young and your tendons and your muscles is young, you're able to do it, okay? Even if you don't stick it, you know what I'm saying? You look good doing it, right? But when you get older and you get to drinking, you be like, I remember when I used to do a roundhouse dog and kick it in, stick it in. No, you can't do that no more. One, you're drunk, and two, your tendons is old. Okay, your muscles is worn out. They tight. You know what I'm saying? It was hilarious. Anyway, Mercedes pulls her to the side and is like, don't come up in here with all this right here. You ain't gonna be doing all this on my pole, yada, 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 yada. We also get to see Gidget's regular, who she made her boyfriend, who is a major drug dealer. Well, Clifford been making a little money by holding his stash for him, right? Because of the flood, it's hard to get things in and out, okay? And I don't know if he just holding the stash of drugs there or if they running it through there. So in other words, he leave the drugs with Clifford, and then Clifford and his boys, that if that's what they putting in the trash can, you know what I'm saying? If this is what's happening with the trash truck and all of that, if they moving it like that. Anyway, he give Clifford the money. And we also see where Gidget want a little drugs for herself. It looked like she getting meth, or it looked like crystals, so I think it's meth. I don't think it's Oxycontin, because I think Oxycontin come in pill form, or maybe that's how I know it as legally. The legal form of it, right? And she say it's for one of the girls. And he say, you sure it's not for your mama? So let's all just put a pin in that, right? Like, it's a lot of moving parts. Each person has got layers to their story. And from what we've seen, most of these layers include quite a bit of debauchery, some illegal activity, some definite neglect, okay, drug abuse, drug use. Like, it's the whole thing that goes along with a strip club. Okay, so fast forward, Andre comes down, walks through the club. It's the end of the night. He goes into the Jaguar room, and he sees this huge chair, and he sees a little bit of this blonde wig, and he sees a leg kicked out to the side in high heel boots. And I guess he think it's about to be on in the Jaguar room. But the size of them boots and the length of that leg should have told you that wasn't your girl. Now, the wig can't be the only thing that signals who she is. In that case, anybody can put a wig on. But this is symbolism. Clifford gives a lot of symbolism, right? So one, he want him to know by wearing Autumn's wig that Autumn is his girl. That Autumn is the one that came back and told him that he got Autumn in his pocket. Okay. And two, he want him to know everything that Autumn told him. So he lets Andre know throughout the conversation that he got a wife, and the wife can't know about you down here sniffing around my girls, right? He want to know more about the casino and why, his property not on there. Like, what does this mean? Unless they building a bridge over the top of the casino, up top of the pink, where what's happening with the pink, right? Okay. And Andre keeps it cool. He keeps it cool. He acting like he nervous and he ain't got to put up with this. And he goes to stand up and the cash counter pushes his shoulder and sits him back down, At the same time, he's acting like this is confidential information. I can't disclose this information. At the same time, he let Clifford know, why you woofing up at me? You got a ship that's got so many holes in it and you ain't got no buckets to bail it out, right? Basically, we know you low on cash. We know your money funny, right? So don't come in here acting like you all this, that, and the third, and you run Chucalissa, and you run the Pank, and you run all the girls, and you in charge, and you know who I'm messing with and who I'm sleeping with, and you ain't got a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. And it calms Clifford down. He's like, oh. Yeah, you thought you was going to handle him like a regular John. And it's more going on than what you think, Clifford. While you showing your hand and what you know, I don't know why you run around talking to everybody instead of going down there and looking at them county records, and looking at them court records, talking to a decent lawyer, trying to see what you can do to push an injunction. Okay? I don't know. Anyway, he let him get on up out of there after he stunned him with knowing where his bank account was. He let Andre get on up out of there. And Andre go to call his God. Yeah, God, Daddy. There's a problem. At the same time, all of them slipped out back. Now she ain't got that wig on. She got that regular old Michelle Obama hairstyle, and she down at the money transfer place, and the lady said, you almost missed it by 30 minutes. You just made it. And she stacks that money up, and Autumn is looking scared and nervous. I was like, girl, what you finna do with this $9,000? Where's you finna put this $9,000? You gonna have to carry this $9,000 on your back. Like, you have to tape it to your body and carry it. Where you live got basically the cartoons up to the window, newspaper. Like, come on, girl. And she got a little slight smile on her face, and it go off. And that is P Valley. That's P Valley. Like I said, everybody's got so many layers. So many layers. There's some scabs here. I won't pick at them, but I will say this. With the characters that we presently know, which is not a lot right now, how many different layers they have. I can't imagine what new characters that are going to be introduced, like whoever this Montavious Hill is, and what's going to happen when the casino people actually roll through. Like, what's up with this church and this church money? Like, is this the church they talking about? I don't know. Like, I could see how this can end up being like just a really, really convoluted mess. But, so far it's pretty good. Y'all tell me what you think. Put it down below. And until next time, honeybees, I holla.